Howdy, folks. Welcome back to the Magical Mixture Mill. It's been a little bit since I've played. I had a little bit of a rough schedule this last week, so um, I'm just trying to get back into it and get back on track. So, without too much more, let me just hop into the game. Let me see here. Load my game here. There we go. Right there. All right. Where did I leave off? We've got some things laying on the floor. That's all good. We had recently expanded the building here to include, basically to double the size of it. Still working on filling it up with things. This first day, of course, I'm not going to worry too much about getting things done. Just uh, more about remembering what I was doing, getting back on track, seeing what I need to do, that sort of thing. In the meantime, I'm probably going to run out of potions. It looks like I am getting close to the end of my supply of potions that are on the shelves, especially with people coming in and buying 20 potions at a time. So, first of all, if I remember correctly, I was trying to reorganize the room a little bit, um, getting it so that it's not just putting things down wherever I can find room for them, but actually uh, making a little bit more of an effort to put things in a good spot so that uh, it makes sense, and building enough um, crafting stations so that I'm not waiting for uh, one batch of product to be finished before moving on to the next. So, for example, uh, these three stations here are making your basic potions. I have two more up here that I need to move down. Probably gonna mirror it like this one and place it right about here. That way, I can have each of them running a specific type of potion. I would not have to worry about them, like, again, I wouldn't have to worry about two batches completing before I make another two, that sort of thing. Hey, how's it going? It's going pretty good. Just started here tonight with a little bit of the Magical Mixture Mill. This is my first playthrough, and I am learning things as I go. Um, I am, I guess, week 6, day 7. I'm just taking my time, not trying to progress too quickly or anything like that. I guess if you know anything about the game, this is what I've unlocked so as far as things I can build. Um, Working towards unlocking the advanced distiller. I do have enough money to do it. I think it was just I had been uh, planning my new factory floor out. So I've got some of my basic extractors here. I have my bottle makers here in the corners. Um, and then I am in the process of moving a lot of these distillers um, into some good places so that I can have a little bit more organized work floor, I guess. Other than that, the map, this is what I've explored. Um, of course, the basic area I've explored to the northwest, and a lot of the old forest to northeast. I have found like a swamp area, and then there's an area up to the northeast that I've yet to uh, enter, so I have no idea what that's about. These over on the right are the quests that I have to do. And I'm just working towards whatever I can at the moment. None of this is producing anything because, like I said, I was in the middle of moving them to different places. Other than that, you know, people are still coming in to buy potions off the shelves. Seems like a decent game. I'm enjoying it, you know, 'cause it is kind of it takes a little bit from various kinds of games. So you've got your factory type game going on in here. You know, you put your stuff in here. It gets filtered into an extractor, which then sends it to a distiller. But the distiller needs two different things to combine together. So you need another extractor to send things in. And then the distiller will send it to a bottler, and then the bottler will package it all up, and then you can take it and put it in here and put it on the shelf for sale, or export it for a little less money, but there's no limit. Other than that, there is a bit of exploration and harvesting that you can do. So you have your three tools. You've got your scythe, which is for plants. You have your axe, which is for trees and tougher stuff like that. And you have your pick for, you know, your rocks and minerals and stuff like that. Or even more difficult things that you can't get with an axe. So, like, the pickaxe is used for digging up stumps, that sort of thing. Then, of course, you have some special abilities. Like if I were, let me see. Here's a rock right here. So if I were to use one of my special abilities, kind of designates an area, then I activate it. I have a little ghost guy that mines the rock out here for me. And this would affect anything that was in that previous area that was marked out. So it's kind of cool. And then there are areas to explore, things to build. Like here's some plants I can harvest, of course. There are different trees, different biomes depending on where you go, critters and stuff. There are some dangerous things as well. So like one of the least dangerous things I'll show you right over here. Oh wait, I can't because it's raining. I was gonna just point out to there are things like bees over here. Craft, build, survive again. Yeah, pretty much. So normally there would be bees attacking me from this tree right here, but since it's raining, the bees don't want to come out of their hive. So it's all safe for the time being. But there are other things that I can craft, other things I can gather. And of course the purpose is to provide potions for the customers that come in. So like Hazel the Rogue here is buying certain things. If I go to the ledger here, these are my current customers. I have the Barbarian, the Wizard, the Rogue, Druid, I think, Necromancer, and Paladin. And each person has their own selection of potions that they prefer. Some of them I haven't had in the store for a while, so they are willing to pay me a little extra for it if I get them in. So of course, Chunk the Barbarian is all about healing and haste, curing diseases, and strength potions. Whereas, like Cecil here, the Paladin, has more of a I don't really want to say a distinguished taste, but he's more picky about what potions he will use. And so he won't buy any basic potions, which are things like healing and haste, which only have one ingredient. He only prefers things with at least two ingredients. So things like this red and blue is basically a healing and mana potion mixed together to make a rejuvenation potion. And then each person will buy a certain amount depending on how much money they have, which is dependent on how well they did on their last outing adventuring. Somewhere I thought it said how well they did the last time they went out, but I don't know where that is off the top of my head. Maybe it's a new day, so it won't show it at the moment. But then they also have their different likes. So, like the mage here doesn't like potions costing more than 50 coins. So if I have cheap potions around, he'll prefer to buy those first. But, a lot of things like that. You have a bit of statistics down here. And then off on the side, you can it gives you a list of how all of this is figured out. So I won't go through this again, just because I've gone through it a couple times already in previous streams. But if you want, just pause it and read through it as you want, or whatever. And then, of course, there are other things like over here, you can enhance the tools that you get. There are, in fact, more tools that I don't have yet, so they will have different abilities. Have like some of your basic information over here. Potions, of course, there are 3 tiers. Tier 1 is a single ingredient. Tier 2 is 2 ingredients, and 3 is 3 ingredients. Pretty simple. The ingredients each have potency, so the stronger the potency, the more expensive it is, the better it is. The bottles can be made with like an iron lining or a copper lining to give it a better quality and to, again, increase the price. So you could have up to a potency of 10 in a gold bottle, and you get probably some of the best profit you could off of that. And of course, you could do any tier in that kind of bottle, but you'd probably want a tier 3. And then down at the bottom, you have your different modifiers. I'm currently learning about these story-wise, so I don't know too much about them. I know that they appear in some of the things that I make, but there seems to be like a certain mixture that you can do. So like whatever I used for this agility potion gives it a preferred flavor. Some of these others aren't actually giving anything, but like this cure disease potion, it's a tier 1. It provides a prime essence, and it's an optimal ingredient. So what that tells me is the tier 1 ingredient can provide both prime essence and is the optimal. So I should be looking at that to mix with some of my higher tier potions rather than using just tier 2 ingredients. As I mentioned, I can export pretty much anything. It's kind of like I don't want to say a trash can, but it's a way to get rid of a lot of things that you don't necessarily need. Maybe you have too much of a stock of, like, I could sell centipedes. They're not worth much, probably like 1 each, but I don't really do anything with them. I could also, take these centipedes over here to the kiln, put them in the storage here, and then it'll automatically load them into the kiln to be cooked. Once they're cooked, it tosses out, oops, wrong button, bug bites. So by cooking the bugs, I make them into a more edible food, make them a little bit better, and if I then export it, it's worth a little bit more money. I haven't really done that too much recently just because I'm not worried about making a little bit of extra profit or anything like that. Um, like he just paid 1,924 for his evening batch of potions. So I'm not really worried too much about if I'm making an extra 20 gold or something. So I haven't done all that much with that at the moment. Um, Other than that, yeah, I was just kind of reorganizing. I need to move some of these potion things over here. So I could move them, but I think I'm just going to dismantle them as soon as I empty out my inventory because I notice I'm carrying a lot of stuff. So put all that there, put some extra stuff there, and I'm just gonna toss all of this in here wherever it'll fit. I'm pretty bad at just putting things in boxes and leaving them till later. But I am in the process of organizing at the moment, so okay. Here we are. I'm just gonna dismantle these things. You get all your materials back that you use to craft things. So it's just a little bit easier to dismantle it than to like here I'll show you. So moving it, I could select move and I can only place it within 2 tiles of myself. So in order to move it, I'd have to move all the way over here and then place it in the spot that I would want it to be in. So in this case, it would be like that. So I don't know. It's just my preference. I think either way works. I just, kind of enjoy seeing everything fall to the ground and then get picked up again. So then crafting, I can select a crate, which is what this is at the moment. Make sure it's facing the correct direction and place it down like that. From there, I would need an extractor, which will take the ingredient and extract it into a mixture. So we'll place 2 of those there. And then it'll go to a bottler, which, of course, bottles it up into a bottle. But a bottler also needs a crate that it gets the bottles from. So that's why those are placed on the side as well. And so there we go. I've moved the entire thing. I think a little bit easier, but whatever works. And then the other thing I was doing is moving some of these tier 2 stuff around. Let me go ahead and export the rest of these. And we'll disassemble a lot of this as well. And I'm gonna leave that one up here around just so I have a base to work off of, just in case I forget like what I'm supposed to be building and how I'm supposed to build it. But it seems like it should be fairly simple. Over here we're going to have a crate facing that way. It's going to feed an extractor. And have another one over here. That'll lead into a distiller, which will face toward the middle of the room. Put another crate over here. And then that'll feed into a bottler. Should feed into a bottler. What did I do wrong? Oh, this is rotated the wrong way. This. There we go. And then that gets put into a... No, I did it wrong again. Guess that's correct. There we are. That looks right. There we go. That'll put into a bottler, and then we have a crate for the bottles right there. Alright, now these chests I will move by hand back over here. Get them put into the corners. We'll probably put a couple more up over here as well, just so we have enough storage. But let's dismantle this batch over here. Oops. There we go, there we go. And there we are. I am kind of going for a symmetrical look for the moment, so I'm going to place this on this opposite side over here. So something like that. We need the extractor here. Here. Distiller right there. This time it looks like it's facing the correct way. So we can attach that. And then we just need a couple of crates to feed into them, like so. Now, I need to make all of this again. And I don't know if I have enough to make them all, but I might. Now it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that should be just fine if I do this. Oh, and there I am out of wood. Okay, well. And I'm out of stone. Distiller. Distiller at least can be placed in, right? Okay. How about the bottler? Nope, I need wood for that as well. Okay, so I need a lot of wood and a lot of stone, it seems. Looks like I am heading out the next day to go take care of that. And again, I'm not going to worry about the potions at the moment. Well, you know what? Just because I'm going to go ahead and import 1 stack of each of the basic items, just so I can have the basic potions on the shelves. Again, it's a little late at this point because the potions are almost gone. Excuse me. But we'll have enough potions for the evening rush, if not for the morning rush. While I'm here, I can go ahead and put in some bottles. They need to go. So it takes a little bit less time in the morning to get things up and started. And I should have some more potion bottles. Storage somewhere. Just the basic ones is what I'm looking for. But apparently not. Alright, well, in that case, let's go ahead and use these. we'll put in the basic ones first. So the first 19 use those, and then the rest will use the slightly upgraded but outdated ones. Because nowadays I no longer use iron ones, I use copper ones. So there we go. And since it's the last hour of the night, go ahead and sleep. And then the next day, or before the next day, I guess, is the tally of what we've sold for the previous day. Seems like I've done still pretty good with shop sales. Of course, Griselda, the lady running the store, takes her cut. And then we'll start a new day. Everyone will gain experience based on how well they did the previous day. Okay, this is the part that I was thinking of earlier. So it tells you how much they have bought based on like their money and your own stock in the store, that sort of thing. So based on the number of potions that he bought, he was able to take care of that many enemies. So scorpions, tantrums thrown, okay, 2 bandits tossed, and so he gains 124 experience, which also increases the amount of money that he has to spend the next day. I don't know how much it increases by, but that's just something that happens. All right, so it's a brand new week. There's a new event. So this is an orc headhunter hunting party. So any haste potions that I export during this week will earn me 100% extra profit. And that'll last the whole week. And then the next week, it tells you these are the new events that will happen and could happen. So currently, what will happen next week is the Great Hero Games. It should give 50% bonus on haste, strength, agility, and vitality only when exporting. I haven't done too much exporting yet. But if I don't like that selection, I could, in this next week, export 100 enlargement potions, which I do not know how to make. So I can't necessarily do that, but I could probably learn before the week is over. And then instead of the Great Hero Games, we would have an alternative event, the Greatest Hero Games. So at this point, it would be an extra 50% earnings when exporting enlargement potions. So, it's not always the same thing, but that's just interesting. It's an interesting alternative that you can make for yourself. But I am still working on this stuff. I need to go out and gather a bunch of wood and stone, it seems. So, first things first. Stone is easiest to gather. We'll just head over to the quarry. And I could also go to like a beach side or something. They also have a bunch of rocks sitting around. And then we'll get our pick ready. And well, this is a little bit of a concentration of stone. Can I get in here? Oops. Well, I hit the wrong button. That's fine. No, doesn't seem like it. So, just going to do this instead. Just get a bunch of this mined up. And I can also do my own mining off on the side as well. So all of that was gathered. I'll work on some of this sparsely scattered stone here for a minute while my abilities recharge. And we'll also need to get some wood. Now, how much have I gathered? Sort button. We are. Just 150. I probably would be okay at this point, but I want to make sure. So, we head up here. Now, what I accidentally did earlier is I used my other ability, my ability as a rogue, to kind of do a bit of a dashing between different things and doing that. So, this will probably be enough to get me started. If I need more, I can come back for more in a few minutes. I'm going to switch over to chopping down some trees. Again, I do have skills, so I can activate this, and it makes it much easier to chop down trees. However, I'm getting stuck on the terrain and wasting my ability. Then, of course, it seems like there are stumps left over. So I need to take a pick and dig them up out of the ground. There we go. That, of course, hasn't given me much wood either. So I'm going to need to go find a better supply of wood, which luckily there's a forest right up here. So I have been here a couple times, so there's not as many trees around as there could be. But again, I can use my ability, just chop down a bunch of the trees, and dig up the stumps so that the trees can grow back. There we go. And then while that's recharging again, I use my secondary ability and chop down trees fast. If I can actually target them properly. There we go. Now, you may be wondering, that doesn't seem like it's all that fast at all. Well, here's how how it normally takes to chop down a tree, like 4 attempts, so it halves the time. 4? Yeah, 4. I was estimating, but, you know, I guess this works. My abilities are charged, so let's just do this again. And how many do I have? 150? I can do a little more. Just grab these real quick. And it may be that I am deforesting the area faster than it can be grown. You know, that's just the way it happens. Alright, and then we teleport back home. And we can start building. Looks like there are no more potions left on the shelf, so no more profits to be made at the moment. Let's get this stuff put together here. Alright, so we got one of those. We need an extractor to go there, to go there. We need a bottler to go right here. And then we need a crate. Just gonna keep things uniform. Crate will go right there. Now that's a 3. I want at least 2 more. So I have a little bit of a setup over here. So we're gonna put the other 2 over on this side over here. So let's see, 1, 2, 3. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 5. That goes there. That one goes there. Extractor there and there. Distiller in the middle. Facing the correct direction. With the bottler at the end. Maybe I did get enough supplies. Oh, that's nice. Alright. So extract... Oh. I'm out of glass. Alright. Somewhere in here I have some sand. Not too much of it, of course. And then over here in my bottle makers, I can put some more sand in here and more in here, and just remove some of the glass that it has already produced. There we go. Now I should have enough, I hope. Alright, so again, 2 extractors, 1 distiller, which always faces the wrong way, but that needs brick. And brick is made from clay. I do have some clay lying around. To put that over here. Oh, I also have a ton of clay in my inventory. Right, because I went mining. Forgot about that. So that should send it to the kiln. The kiln smelt it, basically. And we'll get some bricks out of it. So that's the 1 brick I needed. There we are. Bottler, we still have enough for. And finally a crate. And 5 of these should be plenty to go at once. So at this point, I am fine with that. Anything new can go in the center, kind of as a central. What am I trying to say? I can't think of the word. Anyway, just as a novelty, I guess. A new thing, the newfangled thing that does all the stuff that the previous versions couldn't, that sort of thing. And then, since I need to... Oh, right. I forgot. I had a bunch of stuff that I was going to turn into potions. Alright, completely forgot about it, and now the day's over. Alright, so, over here, I'll just start some of this going. All of this can go in there, and that one as well. There we go. Now, all of that will automatically start processing through the works, and just toss them on the ground when it's done. Luckily, the bottles don't break. All right. What's next? What's next? got that going. Do we need to smelt anything? Maybe. I mean, more bricks would be fine, but we're running out of space for that at the moment. Let's see. We have a bunch of silver and gold that we can smelt. So let's put this over here. Doesn't really matter what order it goes in, as long as it all gets done. And then for the next day, we need a bunch of stuff to be imported. So, oh, and before I forget, I am going to export all these extras. I don't need them. We'll export the iron ore as well. Bugs, again, we don't need. Alright. So, until I learn what ingredients I need for sure, I'm just going to continue with the previous way that I've done things. So I think I need 3 of these, 4 of these maybe. I think it was 3 of these, 2 of these. We'll get an extra one just in case. 2 of these. So that'll be the ingredients I need to make new potions for the next day. We are going to need a bunch of stone to crush. And it seems like we are still importing iron. Hold on. We will need a bunch of sticks for everything that we're doing. So we'll get that. And then outside here, we can invest in different places. And so the next place I would like to invest in is Paula's Pit. We'll put a second investment in here so we get more earnings when exporting these kind of potions. But more importantly, we're now able to import copper. This is going to cost me 15,000 to do, but at this point, that's perfectly fine. So now I can start importing copper and having as much of a supply as I can afford of copper ore. Over here, the bank investment, it seems like I've finally reached my goal of exporting 50 gems. So now I can invest in the bank some more. They'll give me more earnings when selling gems and fossils, which maybe that's all that fossils are used for. I haven't found a use other than selling them. And they will give me an additional 1,000 coins per day, in addition to the 500 that they have already been giving me. So, granted, it costs 15,000, so technically it will take 15, or I'm sorry, with 1,500 coins a day, it will take me 10 days to recuperate the investment. But I think it's worth it. So we'll do that. And then I need to export gold ingots to do this last one. And that's a hefty amount, 5,000, but the investment is probably going to be like these other ones. It's not that one. That one still has prerequisites. Like this costs 150,000. I think that's what it's going to cost after I provide the resources that it's looking for. So, there we go. Now, what else? Look at the mess that this place is turning into with all the potions everywhere. I like it that way, though. I think it's funny. Alright, so we'll put these 5 potions on the shelf. So those can be purchased right off the bat the next day. We are still making more of them, so fine. Alright. Let me see if I can store anything I've got in these other ones. Kind of sort them as I do, though. Okay. I want to keep these on me because these are what I am eating for food. Take the bug bites out. This. Take the fossils out as well. It seems like they're only good for selling. Put the bricks in there. And then some of this can just be exported. Just so it's not taking up inventory space anymore. Alright. And give me one moment to hydrate. I'll be right back. Alright. Sorry about that. I'll just kind of pick up all these potions off the floor. I guess standing right here is close enough to... I thought was close enough to pick up all the potions, but apparently not. Oh, right. I'm making a little bit of a higher tier bottle for some of this as well. So that'll take up an extra spot in the storefront because each type of potion is slightly different. Alright. Let's see. An advanced distiller is another thing I can probably build. So this is just like the previous one, the distiller. Looks like the advanced one takes 3 mixtures and combines them into a potion instead of just 2. And looks like I have everything I need to make it. Distilling a mixture more than once turns it into hodgepodge. Did I know that? Because I need 50 bottles of hodgepodge for this quest. So distilling something twice turns it into basically nothing. Is that distilling a mixture more than once turns it into hot? Apparently the previous one also said that, but not the extractor, because the extractor isn't a distiller. So how do I distill it more than once? Gonna have to fiddle around with that to see how this works. Because it sounds like I'll take, say, a red and a blue potion, distill it into a purple potion, which is rejuvenation, and then feed that purple one into another distiller which means I would need a second ingredient for that one as well. So I'd have to take 4 potions and try to combine them together, I think. So I'll have to try that. I'm in no hurry to get any of the quests done or anything like that. I'm just taking it at my leisure. But alright, so potions are good to go for the next day. Still have a few hours left. This is only 2 spots. Is this 3? Let's see, this is 1, 2, 3 spots. Okay. So I'm just gonna move this over here. Just so it's along the line of everything else. Keeping the central area clear for all the potions that I'll need to be picking up. And then I guess I'll just go ahead. Excuse me. I'll just go ahead and research the advanced distiller since I have the money for it. There we go. This will be what I try to build next. We'll just put it right there. Looks like I might need more extractors to go into it. What about like a distiller? Distiller could go into it. Or at least at the moment it looks like it could. Alright, so that's probably what I'm going to be doing the next day is getting these the tier 2 mixtures going again. And going from there. I also need to get like my bottle production going. Looks like I have a lot of sand, but I'm missing a lot of the ore. Oh, speaking of ore, I had invested in copper. So now that I can have copper, I should probably import some of it. Now, I'm spending 7,500. I probably didn't earn that this time around, so I'm probably going to be cutting into my personal supply of money in order to do it. But it is nighttime. Just go ahead and sleep, and we'll see how it did. Yeah, I made 1,500. Well, plus exports. Zelda doesn't get a cut because I didn't make any profit. So, interesting. Import multiplier is 100%. It's 200. Oh, okay. So there's different tiers, right? So the more I import, the more expensive it is. That's why this isn't 2 separate stacks. Got it. Not much experience was made the last day because no potions were to be bought. Alright, let's get this going quick this time. So everything's in my storage. 2 poison potions for some reason. We're just going to grab all of this. And then we'll worry about this other stuff in a moment. Go ahead and put the poison potions there. Why do I only have 46? Interesting. Alright, pick up all the bricks that were left on the floor. We do need bottles for all of this. So we're gonna grab 5 stacks off the shelf. put them in here to start things off. So, first thing off, we make a red and blue combination. Next one is a red. Bottles in there. And yellow. And the third one is a red. I think green. So there's that. And over on this side, we make a blue. The bottle's in here. And I know white is a combination. Well, technically all things are a combination. Like, I can mix any two of these and it will bring up a potion. I can show you that in a second. And I think blue and yellow is the other one I was thinking of. So bottles there, and put the yellow ingredient there. So we'll get all of that running. Of course, people are already coming in to buy things. I can put a few of these on the shelf, I suppose. A few of them have been crafted at this point, at least for most things. So quickly, before the next person comes in, just put these 5 new potions on the shelf. And sort them as the game decides is best. There. Now that there's a few things for them to buy. As for my inventory, looks like I have and I did blue and white, blue and yellow. So now I need a blue and green. And then some of these other ones are going to mix together in some way. I did buy a little bit more than I needed, so, you know, because I couldn't remember the exact numbers of everything I wanted. But in here, we can take a look at the mixtures. So, these 5 in the center are your basic components. Then, of course, each one draws a line to one of these outer ring ones. So, like, just basic color wheel stuff. You know, you mix your red and yellow together, you get your orange potion. You mix your blue. Oh, blue and yellow should be green, but I guess we already have green over here. So, you know, you get a bit of a teal. It's your blue and green, you get a bit of a dark blue, I guess. Just a bit color coordinated. And I have a yellow, a green, and a white that I can mix together. So I can make anti-venom. I don't believe anyone currently buys that. Resistance, I think, is one I need. So yellow and white is probably a mix to put together. Agility, someone will buy, I think, as well. So I would need 2 yellow, 1 green, 1 white. So I had it backwards a little bit. I got 2 green instead of, or I got an extra green instead of an extra yellow. That's fine. I don't need to have every potion available on the shelf at all times. It's nice, but not necessary. Alright, and then while that's going on, I do have other things, storage that I got. So let's grab all of this. So this is a bunch of sandstone and copper ore that I will be turning into bottles. So over here in the corner is my bottle makers. In here I put in sandstone, and that grinds it into sand. I do that for either side. On this end, we put in copper to be smelted into copper ingots. I don't know why I'm going from side to side to do this. I should just fill up one side, be done with it. And then back here is where we put all the sticks to power everything. So what this does is we take the sandstone out of here, we grind it up, turn it into sand. The sand then moves into the smelter, which then smelts it into glass. The smelter runs off of the kiln, so the wood gets fed into the kiln, gets turned into charcoal. Charcoal is then fed into the furnace, which allows me to smelt the glass. And then over on this side, it's just the same thing, except instead of sand turning into glass, it is copper ore turning into copper ingots. And then the final stage, which I have turned off at the moment, the bottler will take one glass and one copper and turn it into a bottle, which then it'll throw it on the floor and I can pick it up at any time. Just like all of this over here. So we'll put more of the potions on the shelf. We now have plenty for people to buy. The problem I'm remembering that I'm running into, though, is I'm not so much limited on the potions that I can make because I can buy a lot of ingredients. I'm limited by the bottles themselves. So, like, unless I go out and about, you know, if I come out here, grab my axe, and cut down trees, you know, I'm not going to be getting any more wood. I have to basically import stuff in order to keep it going. The problem is that I can only import up to 600 of an item. And after the first 200, the price goes up. And then after the next 200, the price goes up again. So the more I get, the less profit I am actually making. So I am partially limited to that, unless I don't want really any profit, which then why am I running a store, you know? But let's see here. So I do also need like more wood for some of this other stuff as well, because I have more than just a couple things to process. So I need to put wood over here to continue smelting silver and gold, which I don't necessarily have to do, but I'm not sure if there are any other recipes that I'm going to need this for other than bottles. Like exporting one of these things. I think it was the bank that required me to, yeah, I need to export 200 gold ingots before I can unlock this third tier of stuff. So I probably should at some point. We'll collect our money and bottles from there. Now, another thing I could do if I was worried about the number of potions I'm making is, to begin with, I did have a flask maker. So what this does is it takes fiber and turns it into basically paper bottles. Um, the problem is that they can only hold sad power rating. So I wouldn't make much of a profit off of it. And a sad power rating is, let's see, over here, potency 1 to 2. So I could only use like tier 1. I could use 2 tier 1s or a single tier 2 ingredient on them. And they are much easier to make. But, you know, then I don't know. Again, it comes down to not really getting much profit. And so, you know, I might be getting more profit by importing, crafting it together, and then selling it to people. I don't know. I haven't run the numbers. I'm just playing the game for fun. So, but I do know I have spent a lot of time in this room making potions. So maybe, maybe I should work on some of these side quests and do a bit of exploring as well. So, if I take a look at this, Champion of Light, these are the side quests. I do have a main quest, which I will try to figure out how to do. I need to make tier 2 potions with Prime Essence. I kind of have a little bit of an idea on how to do that, but until then, I'll just work on the side quests. So the Champion of Light wants 25 resistance potions. And that will allow him to buy resistance potions. If I look over here, resistance is one I was looking at earlier, which is the white ingredient and yellow ingredient. So if I hop over here, I do still have one of each. So I'll put that in there, put the yellow one there, fill this up with just basic bottles at the moment, because this is for a quest. And we'll get that running. Dead investment. I have to build a notice board and talk to Tully. The notice board, I believe, is down here by the city gates, which shouldn't be difficult. I'm just kind of put that off to the side for a moment. Gambits and gambling. This is the rogue wanting cat's eye potions. And she wants 50 of those. So those. Cat's eye potion is this one? Yeah. So I need blue and green. I have blue and green. So I guess I will mix them together as well. And bottles go there. We'll start making those as well. Next is how do you do, fellow adventurer? This person would like 50 charisma potions. Now, charisma potions I know are pink, and I have a few of them in storage. So I'm guessing this is red and white mixed together. Yeah. And if I look in my storage somewhere in here I have red and white just sitting around. So we'll go ahead and put these together as well. Once again, using just the normal bottles. These aren't for normal sale. Although some of them might be. Like, the whole point of making them is to allow the customer to buy them in the future. So they ask for a certain amount. Once they have that, they will then purchase them in the store. So for these ones that require 50, should, like, they're stacked in 50s. So if I didn't have these 25 in here, the 50 I make would just go towards the quest, and then I'd have to make more for the shelves themselves. Some of those other quests required 25, so the other 25 I'm making can go on the shelf for them to buy later. Alright, Lost and Found, Part 3. I need to make levitation potions and true sight potions. I don't know how to make either of those yet. Those are probably tier 3 potions, so I'll be getting to that soon. And then Philosophical Stone, I need to figure out how to build bottles of Hodgepodge. The other two I do have in plentiful supply or can be obtained easily. So there's not much I need to worry about there. Just sort this a little bit. Alright, that stuff is all crafting. Gonna put some more sticks over here to keep that going. And a lot of this can also just go on the shelf. We've run out of a potion. No, we haven't. We just ran out of the bottles of that potion, right? Because that was a cure disease potion that went into normal bottles. And I've obtained a bunch of brick, so I'm going to put those in there for now. So this first chest is really for bottles, the main part. Second one is materials that are either used for crafting. I don't know why the life lemons are in here. Like clay is a primary ingredient that gets turned into brick. So this next chest is for crafted stuff and jewels, just because jewels go in here for some reason. So, you know, bricks, silver, glass would probably go in there if I had any spare. Like this. I don't know what I was thinking with a lot of this, apparently. So, bottles are there. Basic ingredients here. So I guess sticks would go in there. Life lemons would go in here. Or would go in here. Spiders would go in here, apparently. And then this one would be like gold, glass, copper. Put those in, sort of like that. Potions, technically, if I had any spare. But most of those go on the shelf. And then I think this last one is just a mix of things that I just happen to have on me and just needed to put them away real quickly. Alright. So at this point we do have our 25 charisma potions. So if the mage is standing outside, which they are not, it's not late enough in the day for them to be waiting outside, it seems. How many of... Is it gonna... Oh, right. Going up to 75 for those. Okay. And then I need... For the advanced distiller, I need 3 extractors. So I need to make more glass. Oh, I have been making more glass, I guess. Oops. This might be getting in the way. I don't know. Let me just grab a stack from here. Because if you're crafting stuff, it will not pull anything out of these crates. Your chests over here will be pulled from if you start crafting stuff. Just so you don't have to carry everything around with you. So this looks like it will need 3 of these. So we'll also need 3 of these, which we don't have enough wood for. And also a bottler, which needs more wood. Well, off to harvest more wood, I guess. Ah, here's Cecil. He's waiting for his stuff. Yeah, resistance potions. You have my thanks. These will do. Doesn't say as much as it usually does. Oh, that's fine. And then Zen is coming out here. Here are your charisma potions. Ah, perfect. I will be the center of attention at the party. Here, take this. And get a few more things. Then I'm still working on Hazel stuff. Alright, let's see if I can find a few areas of trees that I've yet to chop down. So something like that. It's interesting that I can't... I can buy sticks, but I can't buy wood. I mean, I guess that's meant to be that way, just so you're not just doing what I've been doing this stream so far, is spending most of my time indoors and making a bunch of potions to sell to people. Alright, done making charisma potions. We are done with the cat's eye potions. So we can go turn that one in to Hazel right outside. There we are. And it looks like I'll probably have to make some more in order to sell them to her. Perfect. Here, have this old sword I haven't been able to sell or fence off. I'm off to find that treasure. Okay. Now it sounds like I obtained some new items. So if I go over here, no. I didn't get any specific items. Maybe something in here? No. I don't know. Apparently she gave me something that I don't actually get. Oh well. Alright, so, we need crates. So, there's a crate there, 1 crate there, 1 crate there. And then a bottler. Still need more wood. Okay. So, off to cut down some more trees. It is getting late in the night. So I have to make this a little bit quicker. So, I'm not out here all night. This is actually good enough, I think. Oh, got the bees as well. Well, that worked out, I guess. Again, take care of the stumps so that the trees can grow back. I could leave the stumps and mushrooms would grow on them. So that's... Let me see. I think I have some up here that are like that. So like all these are stumps that mushrooms have started growing on. But that's for random daily quests that I haven't been doing much of at the moment. Alright. Bottler. This will let us bottle. And we need another crate to feed into the bottler. Actually, you know what? Move this crate over here so I can see it a little bit better. I might do that for these as well. There we go. Okay, so the next day I will try this thing out, see how it works. But let's check our imports. Not currently importing anything. So once again, we'll make our order of rock and ore. This time I think I'll spend a little bit extra for some more wood, just to make sure I have enough for everything. Since I am going to be making new potions, I'm just going to get some of the basic ingredients to fiddle around with, just to discover what potions are to be made with it, and then maybe get some more ingredients as I need them. Potions, of course, we can now put on the shelf. Is it a strength potion? Yeah, we'll put those up as well. Those I had stored away because they weren't buying these normal potions because these were too good. And then we'll just store everything away wherever they can go. There's nothing in that one. There we are. Oops. I want to keep those. I don't know why I haven't been using those. One last export of everything I don't need. And the rest to the next day. So, this day's shop sales, probably not as good as they should be. Could be better. But at least I'm making a profit again. So, almost 8,000 profit. That's all good. People are earning their experience again. Getting up to level 15. And of course, Cecil back here at level 10 because everyone had made it to level 5 before Cecil would buy any potions because he won't buy basic ones. And at the time, that's all I knew how to make. Alright. So, brand new day. Open up storage. We're going to, I guess, just take everything. Put the obsidian back in storage because I don't need it at the moment. Put in 2 stacks of that there. Fill this up. Put 2 stacks of stone in there. And again, I could be going out and gathering a lot of this, uh, a lot of these resources from elsewhere, and just haven't yet. Alright, and the rest of these, I think can go over here. Okay, so it looks like we have a decent number of sticks at this point, so I won't need to get any extras. But with the new ingredients, before I forget, I'm going to consume one of these to increase my movement speed. So, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take these normal bottles, put them in there. And then I'm going to go back over here, refer to this chart, the mixtures chart. Now there's at least, so the outer ring is the tier 2. This inner ring is tier 1. If it looks like 3 ingredients can be put together, there's at least, going to be 5, I believe 10 combinations that can be done, assuming, of course, dependent on how they're put together. So like, let's say life is the primary ingredient, red one here, and I need 2 other ingredients to put into it. Well, the obvious thing would be the 2 next to it. So a white ingredient and a blue ingredient. So those 3 would be like a standard mixture, and you could do the same for like bind as your primary with these yellow and red as the secondaries, and do that around the circle. Then of course there is red as primary, and then instead of white and blue, you put in the green and yellow. So that would be the other mixture that you could make. And yes, you could technically have the red. I'm only saying it primary because it's the one, like this one is going to make every potion that has red in it. But like the other combination, of course, could be red, white, and green, or red, blue, and yellow. But those are already covered with the central idea that mind is the primary or soul is the primary. So those are already covered. So looks like probably 10 different recipes. I don't know what the difference between the outer circle and the inner circle are of undiscovered stuff. Maybe there isn't a difference. Maybe it was just put this way so that once it's all done, you have a nice diagram with lines going everywhere that they need to go without causing too much trouble. So, sorry, I walked away from it too quickly. I think I'm going to start with red, putting blue and white in with it as well, and seeing what that makes. And then we'll do the other 2 as well. So, we're just going to put in one of these over here. Split one out of the stack and put it in here. And do the same for a white one. That goes in here. We already have a bottle ready to go. So hopefully this will mix everything up, produce a new potion. And so it does. What did we get? Okay, at first I was thinking it was going to be a charisma potion because it was pink again. But no, it seems like this is a love potion. Alright. So, of that... Oh, there we are. Mixtures discovered love. Now what does that do to this diagram over here? Okay, that marks it as the one on the outer ring. So if I do the same for the other 5 combinations, that should fill out this outer area. But if I do red, green, and yellow first... I said I was going to go out exploring. I'm sorry. The potions got me distracted. Oops, don't want all of that though. So red. Want a yellow one for this. And a green one. There we go. Now, of course, since everything is on a 4-second cycle, you have to, of course, wait for all 3 of them to be ready before it moves on to the next one. Alright, here we have an orange one, which, again, thought it could have been a strength potion, but it's a luck potion instead. And then that... Alright, interesting. You're starting to get into... The lines aren't necessarily going to be all the same. So you're going to have one that's directly involved. You're going to have one that's next to it that goes over that way. And then you're going to have the third one that has to wrap around everything to get to it. So that, I don't know, that might cause a little bit of weirdness with lines in the center here. Also, it's interesting that this blue line is going to nothing at the moment. I haven't even discovered that. I mean, just based off of how the other line's going, obviously that's where it was going. Excuse me, going to go. But it's interesting that it's already there. But anyway, let's try some of these other mixtures. So we're going to start with blue as the primary this time. So red was next to it. I've already forgotten. Yellow, I think. I don't remember. Oh well. Let's see what this makes. I have plenty of ingredients in bottles, so I'm not worried about mismatching and having extras or something. Most of these are probably going to be exported anyway. Okay, so it looks like we're getting the color of some of the tier 2 potions just with a outer glow. So I guess that makes sense. So like the love potion was a red and white ingredient mixed together, and then the blue was added in, and that gives it its aura. So then over here you can tell just at a glance what ingredients were used. So of course, this being orange, you had red and yellow, and then it has a green glow. Okay, and this one was an enlargement potion. Hey, look at that. We could sway the next week's events if we wanted to. Let's see here. So blue, oops, blue is primary. This. And we'll do the other 2 ingredients this time. So green and white. does that give us? We get forgetfulness. Okay, cool. And that's all the blue is primary. Now over to yellow. Sorry, I'm just kind of saying things as I go. I don't really have an idea of what's going on with all of this, but so oops, that didn't work. Hold on. There we go. So this time it's yellow, blue, and I'm gonna have to look again to see what the next combination is. Any combination would work again, but I'm trying not to duplicate things. And it looks like I've already messed things up without consulting this in the first place. So green is the other one that I wanted, or that I want for this. So blue, yellow, green. What's in here? Blue, yellow. All the way down to 1. There we go. But now that I've messed it up, I need to refer to the chart every time so I don't mess it up. Oh well. What's this one? This one is a true sight potion. Wonderful. I do know... Wait, no, I don't for certain know that yellow is going to be the one I want to use again. Yellow, red, and white, I guess, is next. So red right here. And a white ingredient over here. Again, plenty of bottles in storage. Just mix these together and see what we get. This one's all sorts of shiny. Brief invulnerability potion. Okay. Interesting. Again, it doesn't need to have any specific stats or anything. It's just potions that they will buy and they have effects. So next we're going to make... I've already done green. So we need green, yellow, white for this one over here. So there's that. One of these. And finally, one of these. I guess while that's mixing together, I can go over here and take a look at what I need next. So, green, blue, red should be next. There we are. Invisibility. Alright. Wish there was a little bit of a faster way to do this, but this isn't something that happens too often. so I'm okay with it for now. There we go. And of course, it'd be much easier if I was doing this in batches of 50 rather than separating one ingredient at a time. Interesting color. Deep slumber. Okay. Very nice. Only 2 left to go. So this one is going to be a white, green, and red, and a white, blue, and yellow. So this is white. We can just put 2 of them in here at this point. Green. And red. I suppose I could do a yellow here and a blue here. That shouldn't cause problems. It should just make the next potion as it normally should be. Alright, this one is a lift curse potion. Alright. And finally, we have a levitation potion. There we are. All 10 tier 3 potions crafted. Just checking here. Now we have a green check mark saying we have all the mixtures. And yeah, it does look like it gets a little bit messy in the middle here. Not that I know how it would, there would be a better way to do it, but oh well. Then I haven't perfected any mixtures yet. Like I said, I am still working on that stuff. And then all of these can now export because we're not actually going to, I mean, I do have some quests that require them, but I'll just make a whole batch of them for that. Other than that, like, I guess I could just bottle all of this up. I don't know why I have the extra mage root. Just resupply all of these, the basic stuff, because we are running out at this point. Open this up, grab the bottles there. And let me check my investments real quick. So that one I can't do anything. This one I need to export charcoal. Okay. Actually, that's something I can do with some of the extra wood that I've obtained. So to get a kiln together, I need to export stone. So just grab a bunch of stone and export it. And I think these last 2 are just money. So we need stone, we need gold, and we need charcoal. Alright, luckily we do just have an open kiln right here. Can grab all the wood here. Just dump it in there. That'll start making all of that into charcoal. I guess we'll grab this stuff as well. Put that in there. And I guess that's already topped up. Alright, we only have 100 basic bottles. So it seems like what we run out the most of is healing and mana. So let's just go ahead and get this going. Sorry, forgot to put the bottle in there. Make some healing, make some mana, and the rest can be exported again. Over here I have a lot of sand still, so we'll put that in there. We can just turn that into glass. That's obsidian, not charcoal. Right. We'll just toss that back in there, send it back, returning it. We didn't need this much, that sort of thing. Alright, crafted stuff would be this one. So put that there. Then a bunch of stuff is happening with all of this. So, the other thing I can do is, like, if the day was over, or if I was done with everything, I could just, you know, go to sleep if I wanted to, once it's past noon. But there are still a few more things I should probably do, like talk to Chunk about his quest here. So, Chunk still no respect from Tribe. Tribe says Troll strong, but don't. Hero kills smart enemy. Chunk must kill strong and smart enemy. Giants smarter than trolls. But giants throw rocks, not good. Chunk must not get hit by rocks. Rock to face hurt bad. Yes, yes indeed. Help Chunk not get rock to face, and Chunk give childhood toy. Alright. So now he wants some new potions. He'll give me an axe of some sort, it seems. He wants agility potions. Okay. Do I have them in here? No, I think that's one of the potions I did not end up making. Something I'll have to do is I'll have to go through the list again and see what ingredients are needed for new potions. Alright, but we do have to build a notice board, and alright, here's another quest ready. Oh, Bandir, reading all Mama Juju's ritual books was a terribly boring chore. I am more of a hands-on practitioner of the dark arts. Zombies, poisons, exploding corpses. You know, that sort of stuff. But I found a ritual that explains how I can cross over to the other side in a deeper way than ever before. Maybe then I will be able to communicate or commune with Mama Juju Boo spirit. All I need is something that can bring me as close to death as possible. Something that can completely drown out my senses and the higher consciousness. In return, I can offer Mama Juju's Boo. I stumble over this every time. Mama Juju Boo Boo's old scepter. Okay, so it looks like we are starting to get our tier 3 harvesting equipment. So the axe here, of course, probably be an upgrade to what I'm currently using to chop wood down. But they also have like specific abilities, so there may be something it's used for specifically, like maybe it's used for single target high damage versus multi-target low damage, that sort of thing. And then you say you're going to give me a staff, but it doesn't look like it. So I don't know. Just going to have a look at it there. But I need to build a notice board for Tully as the next thing. And I believe that's supposed to be over by the city gates, because where else are you going to have notices but where people already are? And everyone's here. So, city notice board. Need lots of wood, some iron, and some fiber. I have the iron and fiber, I think. I'll have to go get some more wood, too. So, back to the store. Let's see what we have on hand. Pick up all the stuff off the floor. Iron. There we are. There's some iron. There's some wood. I don't think it's quite enough. And fiber. There's a stack of fiber. So, let's go cut down a tree or two. You also have a quest for me. I tell you, we've only scratched the surface in our understanding of fairy dragons. Probably didn't even know that they are nocturnal, did you? Typical human ignorance. Now that I've been with them for some time, I've discovered that fairy dragons actually nest in the tallest trees in the deepest forest during the day. They only come out at night to play and eat. If I am to continue my life as a fairy dragon... What? Oh, right, druid. Sorry. Probably can turn into one. If I am to continue my life as a fairy dragon, I have to become a creature of the night myself. But the forest is dark at night, and I keep bumping my head or tripping. Could you brew me something that allows me to see in the dark? Like the rest of my flock? In return, I can offer you an artifact I recently found living amongst fairy dragons. Alright. Once again, quest for new potions. Alright, let me see if there's any trees down here that I can cut down while I'm over here. There usually are some scattered about. Right over here. And then, of course, clean up the stumps so more grow back. Because it seems like wood is the thing I need the most of. Probably because I can't import it like I can with everything else. Alright, everything's there. Go ahead and build it. There we are. A notice board. What is this? Notice reads, feeling sick again. Might be really serious this time. I will pay for whatever it takes to cure me. So 50 cure disease, 20 anti-venom, and 10 lift curse. Okay, so these are just different tasks that I can do in order to make some more money, or if I have some spare potions, that sort of thing. Alright, interesting. But I do need to talk to Tully. And he is over at the quarry. So we'll make a quick trip over here. Might have been just as easy to walk, because it's about the same distance it looked like. Because he is right here. Well, you did it, partner. Without you, this whole investment would have been a failure. Take this. Also, every day I'll be sure to leave a minecart out with some more for you. Don't be a stranger now. Yeehaw. We get a new hat. Where are you going to leave the minecart? I suppose it's not going to be here until the next day. But while I'm here, let me see if there's a good chunk of stuff to mine up. Usually right up here is a good crowded area of stuff. So you can just do something like this. Get a bunch of mining done all at once. And just stand here and collect everything as, just like a vacuum cleaner. Just hoover it all up. That gave me a bunch of stuff. A bunch of copper, some iron that we'll need to smelt up to replace all the iron that I used, and a few various other things as well. So I'll head back to the shop. And we'll probably put a lot of the stuff away. Everyone's just going to stand out here waiting for everything to be delivered to them, which is understandable. Pick up all of this off the floor and put it on the shelf. As far as exporting, it looks like I need to start exporting rock and charcoal and gold. How much gold do I have? I have almost 70, I guess. Oops. I can probably get more though. Hold on. Inventory is decent. I have a few hours before I need to be back home. So the ruins, I think, is where I want to go. Right down here. Nope, not there. Over here, is it? There we are. There's the bridge. In here we have a couple of places with gold. Now it might not have returned yet. Well, there's some up here, I guess. Might be better just to mine it up one chunk at a time. I don't need all the extra stuff, really. So we'll just gather up a few of these nodes of gold. I'll do that. And then I can do this for this group of it. That's probably going to overload my inventory. Oh, maybe not. Alright, well, there we go. And thought I saw some more around here. It's down the stairs. Oh, I'm getting stuck on everything. Something like that. And I'm going to put on a new hat when we get back to it. As long as I don't forget again. Alright. That's all the gold there. Just quickly return so I don't waste too much time. And so I don't forget what I just said. We'll put on a miner's helmet. Does a surprisingly bad job at lighting up your surroundings. which probably means that it doesn't provide any illumination even though it looks like it should. Oh, my inventory is full. Hold on, a lot of this needs to be exported. So, we'll do all of the rocks, do this coal, the bugs we don't need, the fossils. Could export the topaz as well, but I might need it for something. Let me export this mage root that I keep, excuse me, I keep getting in my inventory somehow. And then back over here. I know that there's a way I can set it up, yeah, like a repeat right here. But I don't want to. I don't know if every single day I need all of this stuff. We're gonna need more charcoal again, so let's get all of that wood. Then as for ingredients, I think I'm gonna be fine. Like, I won't, I'm gonna run out of stuff. But, for the moment, I don't think I need anything extra. Let's put the geodes in there to be broken up. And we'll just go ahead and sleep for the night. Let's see, sales for the day. Seems to be doing pretty good. 20,000 is more than I've sold before. And of course, after all the cuts and expenses, we get 14,000. Everybody gets their experience. Those people that are waiting on their quests don't, because, well, I need to complete their quests. And then Cecil, once again, is playing catch-up. Alright, let's check these quests again. So it is... So Chunk, Hen Hex, and Mother Fairy Dragons are the three. By the way, what does she want? Cat's Eye Potions. Okay. So those are the three people that want more stuff. Lost and Found. I can now make Levitation and True Sight. So I'll have to get some of that put together. And of course this, I need to figure out how to make some bottles of Hodgepodge. So for that, what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to come out here. Gonna get a couple of just basic items. I don't need too much. You know, just some mushrooms here. Go to... Oh, that's... Yeah, I guess this is where I want it to go. I'll grab some mage root here. We'll go... Nope. We want to go up to the forest up here. Oh, and also consume one of these. Speed up. Come up here. Grab a little bit of that. There should be some trees in here that are growing yellow fruit as well. So, like this. Go. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we are. We will return home. Because at this point I am just trying to figure out how this is done. So what I need is I need this. Well, hold on. Maybe I should have left that there. Leave that there. I need to basically deconstruct some of this other stuff. So move that. Move that out of the way. I'll grab this one over here. So. Which is going to be fed in by another 2 of these. And the crates that go with them. Now, is this how they're going to work? I have no idea. That's why I'm experimenting. Alright, so now this should make... This should distill once, and this should distill once. Then send it to the middle, where I should, oops, have another distiller right there. That should take the 2 mixtures, or the 2 distilled mixtures, and distill it again for a bottler to bottle it up. But the bottler needs some way to get the bottles. So let me move this apart to this. Maybe I should have just left it on the other side of the room, because what I'm about to do could have worked from over there as well. That right there. This can go right there. This box can feed into this. And then what we do is we connect this to that. Do the same on this side. Now this should do what I need to be done. Also, my inventory is a mess right now. So let me put a bunch of this away. There we go. Okay. I need basic bottles. They should be outside in the mail. Just open that up, grab the bottles. Okay, there we go. Now, back in here. Put the bottles in there. This shouldn't. Let me see here. So that's stable, that's unstable, but these other 2 are stable. So there's only one unstable thing. Should be fine. Gonna split this up into 1 ingredient again. There's that. You know what? I only need 4 ingredients. Let's play it safe and not use the unstable ingredient. Let's just go with 4 stable ingredients. Wait. I've messed something up. These are both the same kind of ingredient. Well, never mind. Looks like I'm using a yellow ingredient anyway. Alright, so that is now mixing up over here. This one is now mixing up over there. It's sending the purple along there into here. And that's mixing them up as well. And we end up with a bottle of Hodgepodge. Wonderful. Tier 1 potion. Disgusting. Bottled failure. Yuck. But it is weak, so it's not as bad as it could be. And it's in a normal bottle, so. Okay, discovered how to do that. Now I just need to make a bunch of it. 50 of it, in fact. So, I could wait for the next day, or, you know, I might as well just harvest the ingredients. So, I'll grab like 50 of this. Doesn't really matter which ingredients we use as long as there are 4 of them. 4 types of them, that is. So we get that there. Should have some mushrooms right over here. There's plenty of those. Then we'll head back to this place and find a good group of these blue ones. And you know what? It doesn't need to be that good of a grouping. We'll just do that. And we'll mine some more while that's going on. Is that enough? Oh, there's some lying on the floor up there. Grab them. Usually they all just fly to you. I don't know why they're not this time. Alright. So we've got 1, 2, 3. Just go grab an easily obtainable one up here in the old woods again. More of the poisonous stuff. And if you're wondering why I'm not grabbing the other kind of mushrooms, it's because some ingredients are used for potions, some are actually just for eating. There's a ton of things to eat, so I haven't really eaten too much. All right. So now go ahead and that in there. And we'll fill up these boxes as they're... Alright, sort it first. Let's put red there. Green can go there. Blue there. And white can go there. There we go. That'll start work on that. We'll work on exporting a lot of this stuff that we no longer need, which is pretty much all of it, including coal and rock. All of these gems and the bugs. And sure, clay can go as well. Then we are running low on potions yet again, so this next day I will probably get a new batch of potions to make. And of course, put everything back together. Like, I've kind of disassembled the 3 of my crafting stations just to make this. Just to intentionally make bad potions. Oh, right. And we have stone and stuff in here, don't we? Yeah. Let's get this going as well. Completely forgot about this. You know, now that it's 1700 in the evening. Fill that up. 2 stacks in here. Oops, not that one. This one. That one could use some more. Then top that up. Okay. There we go. The rest of these sticks can throw in here. Turn it into charcoal. Other ones we can throw in here to fuel a smelter. I have more sticks still. That's fine. Didn't I have a bunch of stuff? Yes, here we are. Okay, so next we'll grab the gold. We'll start getting the gold smelted up. And then we can export it once it's all done. What else do we have up here? Oh, we'll get rid of the rock, I suppose. The fiber. We need the charcoal to export. That looks like about it. Everything else we have something we can do with. So send those on their way. Send that on its way. There we go. Now, what else do we need for this? Clay and obsidian. I know obsidian is in here. There we go. And clay should be right over here. There we go. So soon as all of these are finished being made, we're only halfway through it, we can go complete this other quest. I do wish a little... What's this? Well rested. Increased movement speed. Okay, cool. I do wish that there was a bit of a take a nap rather than go to sleep, so that, you know, if you put all of these together, you know, like, okay, each cycle is 4 seconds, so in order to make, you know, 50 potions, it's going to be 200 seconds. That is, you know, a minute, or sorry, 3 minutes and 20 seconds. And up here, you know that each minute in the game is basically a second passing in real time. So I guess you don't need to know that it's 3 minutes. Could then just take the 200 seconds, divide it in there. I suppose 3 minutes and 20 seconds would equate to 3 hours and 20 minutes in the game. So it'd be nice if you could have the ability to, say, rest for 3.5 hours rather than sleep till the next day, just to pass the time and get all the potions made. But since we have the potions made, because it took all of less than 3 minutes, I'm gonna go see the doctor. Right up here. And we will try to repair this philosophical stone. Not to be confused with the Philosopher's Stone. Anyway, here we are. Here you go, buddy. Have all of that. So obsidian, I think, is what this thing is made out of. Hodgepodge, I guess we're using as glue to mix with, or the hodgepodge and clay mixed together as like a mortar to reattach the obsidian to this chunk of rock. This should be everything I need. It's clear to me now that my curiosity got the best of me. The greatest wealth is change. My quest for knowledge, I never stopped to wonder what the consequences would be. The mind is a precious thing. It is more than a collection of knowledge. Our intellect must be checked by wisdom, and vice versa. Come back tomorrow with something to balance my mind, and I will have set this right. Alright, so he's no longer wanting intellect potions. He's wanting wisdom potions. So, back to the place we go. I think this next day is going to be a lot of tier 2 potion crafting. Because we have 3 quests to complete here. We have this one, which is a tier 2 potion as well. Alright. Let's grab that bottle out of there. You don't need that. This will move back over here. Yep, it's good to separate. That's all together there. Can move this back right here. That can go there. Then all of this stuff can be moved back over here. Oh, we have one more thing to move over. I guess that one was over on this side to begin with. Now I'm moving it back over there. Okay. It all's making sense to my mind. There we go. Everything's back where it needs to go. Now, if we're going to make one of each type, so there's 10 types of potions. I know some of them I don't need, maybe like anti-venom. It might be the only one at this point. Yeah, anti-venom is the only one that's not needed. But basically I'm going to need, in order to make all 10 of these, I'm going to need 2 of each ingredient, it seems. And then also, how are my basic potions doing? Basic potions are gone as well. So, it's going to be a hefty import night, it seems. So, for basic potions, just gonna import 1 of each. Like so. For the tier 2 stuff, so in order to get what am I looking for? In order to get weak potions, I need at least a potency of 3. I could kind of finagle it so that I use a tier 2 and a tier 1 potion, which I will get to eventually. because that's what the main quest is about. For the moment, I think I'm just going to not have to worry too much about it and just go with um, getting 2 of each of the tier 2 potion or ingredients. Once again, there's only one unstable type, so it's okay if I just buy all of it. So do that, 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 that. So just to be sure, that doesn't seem right. Hold on. Ten types of potions. What am I doing wrong here? I need. I'm doing half amount. Sorry. So, like, life is going to be needed for vitality, charisma, rejuvenation, and strength. So I'm going to need 4 of everything to make all the potions. That's what I was getting wrong. So we'll just bump this all up to 4. And say, oh, we're spending 7,000 on this import. And we haven't even gotten to the normal stuff that I import. Because we're going to need to be making potion bottles as well. And charcoal. So we're spending 10,800 of our, I think normal is up to 20,000. So we're spending half of our profit, assuming, we weren't already running out of potions. So probably most of our daily or our current day's profit. And I suppose I could export this gold stuff. That might help. Nope, that's import, not export. Send out the gold. It's probably worth a lot. We'll send that out. Send out the charcoal. Go ahead and send out the clay. That should be good. Yeah. And now it's 2,300. We'll go ahead and rest the night. You can kind of hear everything being made real quickly in the background. Should still have a profit, but not nearly as much. But on the other hand, the more we spend, as long as we, well, even if we don't stay above in the profit margins, the more we spend, the less Griselda takes out of our cut. Because import expenses come out of our money first, for some reason. Technically, Griselda should be taking her 25% cut first. And then any expenses after that should be mine to handle. But I guess she's not necessarily the shrewdest of businessmen or businesswomen. So maybe she's just happy to be running her store again. All right. Just gonna grab. I guess as much as we can. Hold on. How much is it to upgrade? 100,000. Never mind. I was gonna say I was just gonna take it all into my inventory. Oh, I still can't. Never mind. Alright, up here, we're gonna need more of these bottles. Probably gonna use some of the lesser... Well, we're gonna use... whoops. Just throwing that all over the place. Put this in storage for a moment. Gonna be using a lot of these bottles as well. So we'll go up and set the basic ones up first down here. So healing, mana, soul, poison, and haste. Over here. Looks like we have some bottles left over, so put those there. Put these here. Those can go there. Another stack right here. And finally, I guess these are the only bottles we have left. There we go. Pick everything up off the ground. Start putting the potions back on the shelves. Of course, we need some more bottles to start making all of these. So we'll do red and blue. Those. Do red and yellow. Oh. Red and yellow here. Red. What's next? Green, I guess. Over here. And red and white over here. If I would actually be placing them properly. Getting ahead of myself. Isn't... There we go. Red and white. There we go. So this then, start on the next one. Do blue. With yellow. And then we'll need to wait for all of that to be done before we can continue. Unless I want to do tier 3 potions, which I forgot about, are needed. A lot of the basic ones I can go ahead and put on the shelf just to tide them over till the evening. So this right there, this is cure, it's healing. There we go. Got a lot of stuff going on. I could probably have another 5 of these and still be just fine. While that's all doing that, just put all these potions over here for a moment. Grab all of the copper and all of this. There we go. I'm having a little bit of a clicking problem. Alright, so that's still full, which is good. That filling up. That's full. And that's full. Okay. That is full. And that is full. So, now that everything is full again, I can go ahead and start these bottle makers making bottles again. The reason that I do it this way is because there is no limitation on the bottle maker to stop it from making bottles just out of plain glass. So when I want the bottle maker to be making, say, robust bottles, but if I don't have enough iron, it stops making robust bottles and just continues to make the rest of the glass into normal bottles. So that is why I only run it when things are full up. Alright. Put all of that there. And then some of this can put elsewhere. So, like the rest of this stone I can put here. The copper I can put over here to start being smelted. Oh, but that's out of wood, kind of. So let's get more wood for that. There we go. And then how are we doing? We're almost done with that. And we're going to be using up the last of our old bottles at this point. I also have another stack of spiders in here. Keep forgetting that I store stuff in here sometimes. Or I keep forgetting that some of the stuff... What am I trying to say? I keep forgetting that there is some of the stuff that I'm looking for stored in these chests. I don't know. Alright. So get a bunch of this made. Including the bottles that we are transferring to. And I could, you know, start making like gold bottles if I so wanted to, but I'm currently limited on that because I can't import gold to my knowledge. Let me just double check out here. So yeah, I can eventually get silver, but gold, unless a new tier appears, is not something I can ever import on a regular basis. Which is a little sad. Probably means that I will make most of my profits off of silver containers rather than gold standard ones. Looks like our normal potions are done. Looks like our tier 2 potions are done. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 5 stacks of bottles. Get the next round of potions started. So we did blue and yellow, did blue and green. Hold on. So I did blue and yellow, blue and green, cat's eye. I did not. because I only had 5 things to make. 4 of them were used on red ingredients, 1 was used on blue. So we did a blue and yellow. Next is blue and green. And then blue and white. It's there. Sort this back. So now we're on to yellow paired with green. And finally, or yellow paired with green, yellow paired with white, and finally green paired with white, which is probably the anti-venom that I don't need to make. But oh well. We're making it anyway. And we'll export it. And I probably should have been paying attention to which ones I was picking up, because some of these are probably supposed to be for quests, like the resistance potions. Oh well. Well, that's all crafting up. Let me check on my exports, or my requirements for investments. Still need a lot of gold to export. Whatever, this one looks like it's done. And this one is done. Okay, so I don't need to export any more rocks. I don't need to export coal. So I should probably stop it from just making coal, if it still is. Which it is not. And we'll get all of these. It's interesting that the first batch I made are all ones that they want to buy. The second batch of tier 2 potions seem to be all the ones that are required for the quests. Which is fine, because that means that they came in and bought their potions, and now we have them in excess. Vitality can probably put up their intellect. Charisma can now be put up there. Strength. There we are. So we need wisdom, cat's eye, and agility. Okay, so while that's all doing that, the next expansion is going to cost a lot of money, a lot of stone, a lot of everything I don't really have, except clay. I have a lot of clay. So what else am I working on? I think it's Lost and Found, so levitation and true sight. I just need the wisdom potions for Dr. Rook. Is that... Oh, you need deep slumber potions. Interesting. Those are tier 3. That's the first tier 3 potion that's being asked for. And that's happening before everyone else. It's not like she is on a higher level than anyone else. She's still 15, which is the same as these other 3, or these other 2. So she is the first one to start asking for tier 3 potions. Very interesting. And while I'm in here, let me just put some of these bottles away. Don't need to carry them around anymore. The sand we'll put over here. Start getting turned into glass. I have my inventory. Process stuff, so that should go in there. And then this mix of stuff. Suppose more copper would be fine. We'll wait until that one is brought out. And we'll switch to silver after that instead. I don't know why. I'm just just throwing things in here willy-nilly just to get things processed. And then I know it's late in the day, but I'm gonna go ahead and consume another one of these because soon I will have all the potions for the quest. Just 6 more wisdom potions, which I think are these here. Yep. These should be done first. There we are. That one's done. This one's done. This one's about to be done. Go. And one more. There we go. Everything's done. Nobody's waiting out here quite yet. So go ahead, do this quest first. Let's see if we can fix this philosophical stone. Alright, Dr. Wook. Here are your potions. Let's go. Thank you. Our patient has made an extraordinary recovery. The mind is not a vessel to be filled, but a fire to be kindled. I could not have said it better myself, friend. Take this and know that you served science well. What did I get? I got stuff. Alright. Where's Dr. Wook going at this point? Oh, can I talk to Lapis here? Imagination is more important than knowledge. Conquer yourself rather than the world. Okay, they're just gonna spout all of that. I guess the doctor is going back to... Oh. Terribly busy right now. Alright, fine. Apparently he was just going to wander back and forth between his stuff and the stone. Maybe I'll get something to talk to him about the next day. Alright, back to the shop. Maybe some people will be standing around at this point. Looks like it. So Barb, here There you go. Cat's eye potions. Oh, good. No more bumping into trees and tripping over branches. And Chunk, here's your agility potions. Think. Chunk, go battle giants now. So with that, I need to order more stuff for Cat's Eye potions and agility potions. Cat's Eye is blue and green, and agility is green and yellow. So 2 green, 1 blue, 1 yellow. We're only gonna get 1 green because I know I have 1 in storage. 1 yellow, 1 blue. That should be good there. And of course, continue with the sandstone. And maybe we'll skip a day of copper. And then we have a lot of wood there, but we'll still import some more. And before I forget that I am using an extra something from here, let me put in my inventory. Ah yes, anti-venom gets to be exported. Resistance. Yeah, you'll buy resistance potions. That goes on the shelf. There we are. Now, what's going on in here? They're still making bottles of that. Still pretty full. That is still pretty full. As is that. As is that. Oh, it's emptying because I ran out of wood for smelting stuff. Well then, let me change this back up to that. And grab all the sticks here and keep this going. There we go. More sticks for that. And more sticks there. And the next day, we will make the new potions that these people want to buy, put them on the shelf, and start earning more profit. As far as this part goes, it's almost nighttime, so I am going to turn the bottle makers off. And let them restock on their glass and copper. This thing can be filled up with some more ore. So let's just grab a little bit of a variety, see what we can fit. You know, let's just put 2 full stacks in. Oh, that's processed. There we go. Put all of that in there. Put the bottles back over here. And copper bars in there. Alright. So that all done. Nothing is being made really. So we can just go ahead and sleep the night. And I think that's where I'm going to call it for the night. We'll continue this probably next week. Having a lot of fun, getting a bunch of quests done. I still don't know how far along I am in the game. I can only measure it by um, what is being provided to me. So I've just unlocked tier 3 potions, so I would say I'm probably potion wise, um, you know, nearing, the last third of the game. But as far as equipment that I can use, I still have a lot of stuff that I can unlock. So I would say more like 50% there. And then quests, I have no idea. Um, I guess the quests will just keep coming as I have things to do. So um, we'll see. It seems like we still have a lot to do, but it may be that things are slowing down a bit in the game, and I may move on to other things if there's like no definitive end game. I guess if it looks like this is just going to continue as far as just building stuff day to day, which is fine. But if it doesn't have like a story end game, then I don't know. I might just uh, call it a little earlier and find some other games that I enjoy to play as well. But definitely going to be playing this again next week. So look forward to that. And I guess I hope you all enjoyed it tonight. I will talk to y'all next time. Have a good night.